Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, Biden is with his brains somewhere, I don't know, 10 years ago, 10 years back or so. Not that we don't make mistakes. I made mistakes, I make mistakes, and I will make mistakes. We all do that. But it's a big problem here, and that problem is obvious. My mistakes do not have consequences, or the consequences are minor compared with other people in other positions who make mistakes. Now, of course, I'm talking about the semi-conscious President of the United States of America, Joseph Biden, who I'm not making fun of this guy, but I think is dangerous. It's dangerous that he is not there. The lights are on, but there's nobody home, if you know what I mean. So he's functioning, shuffling, reads that teleprompter, and he says stupid things that I think proves that he has some little problems, and he cannot, he should not, he must not have any problems of that kind as the president of any state, left alone whatever, the United States of America. So what did he do again? He tries to talk about foreign policy and the developments in Ukraine, and he makes a little mistake, a little, how should I put it, confusion. But the confusion is like, I would tell you that I visited New York City when actually I visited Tokyo, Japan. So it's that far, okay? Both are on planet Earth, though both are, big cities, but they're very, very different. The same. Let me read you what this guy did. This article comes from Sputnik, and it's from today, the 10th of November 2022. And this is the title. Who pulled the wrong string again? ? Biden roasted for saying Russia is withdrawing from Fellujah. Syria is they're still in Syria. Where are they, in Fellujah, or what? Iraq? Where are these guys, Biden? Are they in Afghanistan? Where are they? Do you know where the conflict occurs? So yeah, he calls Fellujah, and then he says no. Actually, in the city of Kherson, I think he's there's a video that you can watch, and he's saying Fellujah. So he said, I think, I'm quoting, I think that the context is that whether or not they're Russians pulling back from Fellujah. And it's a pause, because someone said something, I'm guessing, and it's the city of Kherson. So I don't know who told him something, but anyway, and here is the guy. What can I say?
Whether or not, if I recall, whether or not, what would happen if, in fact, after I think the context is that whether or not they're pulling back from Fellujah, and from the Kherson, the city of Kherson.
So someone said, Kherson, my man. Oh my God, couldn't believe. So this is the leader of the free world, this guy. As I said, we all make mistakes, man. It's not that we're perfect or anything. Neither is Mr. Biden. But the problem is he supposedly is in charge of this country, which supposedly, right, dominates and wants to control the whole world just like this. And he makes this kind of confusions. And he would have gone on with this probably if someone would say, or push a button and it was like, bzz, bzz, oh, okay. Like Milgram experiment, if you're familiar with that. Milgram? All right, just look into it. Very good experiment, very revealing, but it was politically incorrect because that proved something that some people and some groups looked at it as being justifying the Nazis' command. Because if you remember the Nazis, the military, the people in charge of the war, Second World War on the German side. They said, well, I followed orders. What am I supposed to do? Be shot on the spot? And this guy said, yes, your morality should have prevented you from continuing the war. Well, things are not so clear-cut. But when this guy, Milgram, made the experiment, he conducted it, he proved that, people would go well beyond morality when it's about an order. So the experiment, if you please look over this, is very, very revealing. Not only because of the Nazis, because of us as I'm saying why it was considered not a good experiment, because that, my God, defended the military. But there are situations. Is like if it's about morality in a war, you wouldn't engage in it unless it's a defensive war. Otherwise, you would prosecute each and every person who is in an offensive war, right? Regardless if it committed a crime or did not commit a crime, was involved in it, guilty, hung. So it doesn't work that way, but it seems it does when you have the power. So yeah, look at Milgram. Regarding Mr. Biden, he is in charge of, supposedly, I do not subscribe to the idea that he is in charge of anything. I think he's in charge with this, and when he says something to be done, he can always, it's not only he, I think that's the system. If he says, you know what, I want that done. Remember, when he says I want that done, he tells it to some other person. And that some other person is going to send that information and order to other person and other person, other person. If those people do not listen to you, you can say whatever you want. It doesn't go out of the office. You tell Tommy, I want that to be done. Yes, sir, I will do it. Nothing happened. What are you going to do? Tommy, you're fired. Okay, bring Mikey. Mikey, I want that done. And Mikey, yes, sir, and doesn't do it. And by the time you fire this guy, your term is up. That happened to another president, if you remember. Okay, so the 45, when he told the army, oh, you got to get out of Afghanistan, you got to get troops out of Syria. Yes, sir. Nothing happened. He got out of the office in the meantime. He told the FBI, started investigation. He told DOJ, Department of Justice. He said, started investigation. Yes, we will. Yes. Anything happened? No, they didn't give a fuck about what the guy says. So the same with Biden. He's very controlled. Now, I know that Kamala is not even next to the issue. And otherwise she would be pushing everybody around. Is mine, give it to me. Anyway, so this is Kamala. But there are other people over there who are in charge of this. And those are the bureaucrats, unelected officials. And they tell and they do whatever they think it's convenient with the situation they are in. They have their own interests and self-preservation and enrichment, I'm guessing. So anyway, it's unacceptable with this guy who shows a pattern. It's not that, oh, this is the first time when he makes this kind of confusions. No. Remember when he called for that poor dead she was a I think she was a House of Representatives. She called, where is Jackie? Jackie, where are you, Jackie? Are you here, Jackie? And Jackie died a month and a half ago, and he sent condolences to the family. So, this guy is not there. So how can he goes and shakes hands with Xi Jinping and calls him, I know, King Jong-un or something? It's, he goes to the bathroom thinking that he goes to the kitchen. You know what I mean? I hope he's not eating that little... Anyway, so just not funny what this guy's in his own little world, unfortunately, and he is leading this country. But he was elected. That's even more idiotic. This guy was elected. He showed signs of this before he was elected. He was good enough. Yeah. He's okay. He just showed, well, buy me. Well, if you had idiots to buy, they bought him. So the same, hey, vote me. If you have idiots to vote this, there you have it. But the problem is that the rest of us have to put up with this because there are more idiots than non-idiots. And it's easy to manipulate not only idiots, but even intellectuals who pretend that they know everything. All right. I want to make sure I was okay. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.